You are with Tal and Liam, as you are each week. And we're going to get straight into the show today because we are running a little bit behind schedule. But that means we're going to get straight into having a chat to Maury, who's been coming in every week.
Yes, he's back.
And every second week.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Good to see you, Liam.
Yeah, it's been a while.
One of us now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I don't have a T-shirt though.
You don't. You've got to do the Melbourne International Comedy Festival Best of show to get the T-shirt.
That's
Yeah.
it's hard work.
Yeah.
For context, for anybody who's listening for the first time, Liam, with Maury's School of Hard Knock Knocks, did his first stand-up routine a couple of weeks ago
Yes,
now.
and I think it went quite well.
It went very well, and yeah, we're going to release that video probably in the next
I've
12
been
hours.
waiting for my release. I've been
Yeah.
seeing all the ones get released. I'm like, oh, where's me? Then I thought
Yes.
maybe my jokes are a bit inappropriate to be released.
I wanted to tell your audience that it's about to go live, so
Oh,
stay
sweet.
tuned. Yeah.
I don't get what the 1,000 views that I know someone got. Someone
Yeah.
got heaps of views, yeah.
Oh, someone's got over 5,000, so
Yeah.
this could be the beginning of your career, Liam.
Oh, sweet.
But we are going to talk about confidence building because that was one thing I think I saw a lot of improvement with Liam in particular.
Yeah.
And comedians have to be confident on stage, obviously. You got the problem with hecklers and forgetting your lines and just being nervous generally because you've got 20, 30, 50, 150 people in front of you waiting for you to make them laugh. So I'm going to talk about body language and I'm going to talk about one person, one thought today. Make it pretty quick. So my background prior to comedy was a lot of keynote speeches. My background in the last 12 years is China, and I did 3 TEDx's. The last TEDx I did was in Shanghai at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which was a part of not the whole stadium, but a large part of it, in front of about 650 people, and talked about business and serendipity and so on. And I was cacking it. I mean, I was very concerned, very nervous, even though I'd done plenty. But I applied this skill that I'm going to teach you right now on body language. If you see a bloke walking down, let's talk about sort of last night.
Yep.
You're walking down the street, maybe Swanston Street,
Straight
and
down,
there's a guy there, and he's got his arms open, and he's walking towards you. That's a threatening pose, right?
Oh, sorry, my mind immediately went to I should go hug that man. I see, we're two different.
Right.
He's a scary looking bloke. He has like tattoos and
okay,
a
Yeah.
gold tooth, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
very scary.
That's
looking guy.
thanks, Liam. That's
Apart,
a better
yeah.
picture. The setup was better with Liam. Yeah, it's good. But his arms are open, right? And he's walking towards you. You're thinking, this could be a threat. So when animals are wanting to make themselves appear more frightening, cats, as you know, they put their fur up. They make their tail up. Their ears go up, and the whole idea is to make themselves look bigger. Likewise, if you are putting your hands across your body, if you're using a microphone, if you're covering your face, that can make you look nervous. And then there's that cycle where your brain and your body are talking to each other, your unconscious brain. And you go, well, I'm nervous. Well, why am I nervous? And then your heart starts to beat faster, and your blood pressure goes up, and your body language tells your physiology that you're nervous, and your physiology tells your body, which makes you more nervous. So what we teach is to open your arms. So be like that guy walking down the street with the tats and the gold tooth, as Liam
Just
described.
watch people get out of your way as you stroll
But
down
doing it
Swanston
on
Street.
stage in a comedic fashion, sort of having your arms open. So one arm outwards with the other one holding the mic, or both arms out if the mic's in a stand. And that's the kind of first golden rule.
So really opening yourself up to the audience and kind of displaying that you have a certain amount of control, I suppose.
Yeah, you're actually trying to confuse one person in particular, and that's your unconscious mind.
Yeah.
Because your unconscious mind is going, oh my God, look at all these people looking at me. This is not right. The lizard brain in your body is saying, get out of there. Yeah, but you're trying to confuse the body and go, no, look, I'm confident. My posture is of confidence. Therefore, this must be a safe environment.
I did think that 'cause, you knew some of the jokes I said on stage. And I can imagine if I tried to land any of those jokes and not be confident in myself to land those jokes, they would have felt so flat.
Yeah.
Like you really had to believe in some of the jokes I said to say them to make people laugh.
Yeah. No, definitely.
That was one thing I did notice.
Yeah, and you did a great job on your set, and we'll all see it very soon.
Well, we'll get the link up to that.
Yeah.
And everybody can check out Liam's first stand-up routine.
No worries. Well, we've only got a few minutes left, so I thought I'd then talk about another technique that Liam was doing well: one person, one thought. So when you're on stage, and you can do this giving a presentation at uni or at work or on stand-up comedy. One person, one thought means I look at you, I make the full sentence, and then I look at
Oh,
another
that took
person.
a while to learn it. Because you overthought on it when you were practicing, which is
Exactly. So the problem is when we're talking and if we're darting around, if our eyes are darting from one person to another, again, that body language tells our physiology that we're nervous again. And that lizard brain goes, why are your eyes darting around?
You're taking too much stimulus, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you make eye contact with one person. So as I'm saying this, no one can see this, but I'm making eye contact solely with one person. And now I switch over and now I'm making eye contact with you. So that's one person, one thought. You have to know your material though, right, Liam?
Yes, and it also didn't help with you. You put my family in the front row. So the only ones we could see on stage was I think the first 2 rows, and you put my family in the front row. So I'm trying to tell my jokes, doing that, and I just keep on seeing my family, and I don't want to look at my family.
True. What you can do is imagine in the darkness, so if it is a big bright light on your face and you can't see beyond the first row, you look into a spot within the darkness, but you keep your eyes on that spot and not moving around. That's important. Yeah.
And so when you went to Shanghai, was that was this something that you had been doing previously?
Yeah.
These kinds of ones, but you really had to double down and reinforce and.
Yeah. Well, I got taught. So I learned. I got taught presentation skills by presentation companies. They taught me how to present, and that was where when I moved into the comedy business and started seeing the similarities between a keynote speaker and a stand-up comedian. It's storytelling. It's inspiring. It's connecting with the audience, and then of course there's jokes in stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
There's that as well, and it absolutely makes sense. And you really see people like Will Anderson, for example. They'll do it naturally, but they won't have a name. I've just given it a name, which isn't even my name. I got it from a course that I did many years ago. One person, one thought.
That's a good one to leave it on, I think. Thanks again, Maury, for coming in. If anybody wants to learn more about comedy and how to get into it, how to learn it, Maury does run the School of Hard Knock Knocks, so check out their website, check
And
out
I
their
must
Facebook
personally
page.
say I love Debbie Steppler. It was fantastic. So
And there you go, you got a personal
yeah.
mark of satisfaction. Review firsthand.
yes, thank you very much for coming in, Murray. I think
Thank
this
you.
is the last time.
Yes, it is. Sadly.
Yes, it is. And we've got comedian Larry Dean on the line.
Hello, mate.
Hey, Larry. How you going?
Yeah, I'm good, cheers, man. How you getting on yourself?
Well, I'm doing well. Nice Sunday afternoon.
My name's Tal, Larry. I'm in the studio
there's also
as well.
Tal as
just
well,
let you
yeah.
know. There's
Hey,
two of us
buddy,
here.
how you doing?
Not to gang up on you or anything, but just to,
Anyway, I'm overwhelmed, mate.
just to let you know. How you doing tonight? Where are you at the moment?
Hey, I'm just in my hotel room at the moment. I'm just going to have my show in about an hour's time, so just doing the usual pre-checks before the show, clean underwear, and smile in the mirror a couple of times.
You are doing shows at Acme, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, man. The conference centre cinema place.
Nice one, yeah. And it's on at, what are you on, 8:30 tonight?
8:30 is on our Lord's Day, and 9:30 most other days.
Yeah, nice one. So can you tell us a bit about the show? Fandan. What's this show about? What can we expect if we went along to see it?
Oh, well, basically the show is about, I went out for tea with a couple of guys who'd been in prison for a long time, and, well, one of them is my mate, because my mate went to jail because of culpable homicide. I know so far what it sounds like. Is this actually going to be a comedy show? It actually, it doesn't go too deep, but it's just kind of like about it's about crime, but also there's like there's stories about basically like being from Scotland. I talk quite a lot about Australia as well because I love it here, and my other half's family are all from here, and he's from here as well. So it's kind of like usually I'm not good at sticking to just one story for an hour because I kind of think, well, we all want to have a laugh and that about other things as well, and especially with the way the UK is at the moment, there's a lot of stuff to take the mick out of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw one of your bits actually on YouTube about you taking the piss out of the UK a bit.
Oh, right, I see, man. Oh, cool. You said piss, and I was like, oh, cool, I can say that on here.
just not refer to C words, you're good.
in the UK. I took the piss out of the EU referendum stuff, and I usually take it out of pretty much anything to do with the UK, to be honest.
It's pretty easy fodder at the moment. You were saying that you grew up in Glasgow?
Yeah, I grew up in Glasgow, aye.
And so that when you're telling these stories and talking about the themes of your show being about the crime and that kind of thing, does that when you were growing up in Glasgow? I don't want to make it sound like you were.
Just roaming the streets in Glasgow.
Yeah, what was it like for you
guy.
growing up there? Because I mean, Glasgow.
I know. I'm wondering, are you playing Elvis Presley in the ghetto after this conversation?
We won't take it out of context. We promise.
No, well, I mean, Glasgow is, it's quite a bit rough, man, but it's similar to Australia, as in, like, you can get into trouble and stuff like that, but only if you actually go looking for it. It tends to be as long as, like, I always find that Australians and Scottish people tend to get on well, because it's like that thing is of, if you're not rude to us, and you treat us with respect, then you're going to get lots of mates while you're here. And it's kind of the same with Scottish people. It tends to be very blunt, and that's what I love about here and Scotland. It just tends to be complete honesty, which makes the heckling just as funny as the show, to be honest.
It would be pretty rough. I remember I've spent a bit of time in Scotland. Some of my family's from there, and that, I think for me, it was a little bit of an adjustment with the Scottish sense of humour to just kind of realise that, oh no, this is, people talk quite frankly over in Scotland and kind of tell you how it is, and like don't muck around really.
I actually can ask both of you this, because I've only been to Ireland. Is the Scottish a bit like the Irish, where they just look grumpy all the time, but they're very nice?
Yeah, well, to be fair, man, we've got a lot to be grumpy about. It's difficult to be in a good mood when you haven't seen the sun in about 4 months. It tends to be quite similar, and I think, my mum brought, because I know some people in Scotland, obviously, that aren't blunt at all, but the way my mum brought me up was, the rule in my household was, if you can't accept the answer, you're not allowed to ask the question. So a lot of upset people on Christmas Day when they said, "Did you like your present?"
We don't really have enough of that sometimes.
No, I think we need more of that. Yeah,
we need more of that.
Well, here's socks. No, I don't want socks. Piss off.
I mean, I would throw it in that I would love some more socks.
I'm an adult now,
days.
so yes, I love socks now as an adult. But as a kid, you didn't want socks.
Oh no, you must have reached. That's the age, though, man. That's when you reach that age, you think, "Oh, socks for Christmas is great."
I bought my first pair of a packet of new socks for myself. My mum didn't buy them for me for the first time about a week ago, so I'm feeling like I'm halfway through.
It's the grown up. Yeah, it's the grown up thing there, buying your own underwear and socks off.
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's great, but
one
I'm
small
feeling
step
like
for man, one giant leap for mankind. There.
Growing up in Glasgow, what kind of comedians were you kind of exposed to, and around Scotland as well? Who were you checking out when you were growing up and that kind of thing?
I really got into comedy when I watched a Billy Connolly. My uncle had a Billy Connolly video, and I was quite young when I watched it. I remember my mum and dad not allowing me to watch Billy Connolly, and my uncle gave us this, what's it called? A lot of people have creepy uncles. Mine just gave me comedy videos, thank God. but he showed me this Billy Connolly video. I absolutely fell in love with that. Yeah. And then I remember watching, it was on TV one night, of Richard Pryor as well, and I love that I love the physicality. I always find really funny, and like giving people personas and stuff, and building a story out of, and I like that thing of making the audience have a picture in their head, and it feels like they're going along in the story with you, rather than just going, because a lot of times the comedy I don't tend to do is, the one when you point out things that you go, oh, the trams, that's really busy, isn't it? Or like the rush hour and stuff like that. Yeah, or isn't it weird when you get your hair cut? I tend to just chat about people that I've met and like real experiences, which is good, because at least nobody can steal your jokes when it's it's all true and it happened to yourself. So
that only question, you just said it's all true. So did your dad actually give your mum $20 when you came out the closet?
It was, well, it would be 20 Australian dollars, but it was like £10.
Oh, wow. That would have been the most scariest but funniest thing ever.
Yeah, well, it was quite weird, because I said to my mum, because I kind of bottled it a second time, so they already knew, and then I said to my mum about how, I was like, well, Mum, I've been with a girl before, so maybe I'm bisexual. And then when I told her that, she said, "Oh, we need to ask your dad to give me £5 back then."
That's one way to make a household run. Just very precise.
One of your jokes made me realise how similar the Aussies and Scottish are, but kind of different. You said during your thing that you can call someone homosexual without actually calling them homosexual. Where in Australia, you can say you had a big night out without saying you actually, you got drunk. You'd be like, "Oh, I got really leather shoed last night." Oh,
Weather shoot.
I was so keyboard.
Oh, mate, I was absolutely keyboard.
Yeah, absolutely keyboard.
I might try that one. Oh, mate, absolutely weathered last night.
Weathered, I think, is potentially. I think that could have legs. I think that might already be in use potentially.
I'm sure Australians can do the same with words for gay people as well. Pretty much, it kind of works with any country. Like you could just kind of be, "Oh God, he's a kind of guy who likes to leave the windows open."
Yeah, well, it's all about the tone of voice, isn't it?
Yeah. You got to give you got to wiggle your eyebrows and wink.
And just give a little sly, coy tilt of the head. And tap your nose a few times just to get the message across.
You may as well just not say anything then and just do that.
Yeah, words are sometimes redundant in those situations.
Yeah. I think that's all the time we have for that at the moment, mate. Good luck today with your show.
Oh, cheers, mate. Well, lovely chatting to you guys.
Yeah, and where if somebody does want to come along and see your show, which is going to be at Acme, where can they go and get tickets? Just the Comedy Festival website?
Yeah, Comedy Festival website, or anywhere that there's pretty much a Comedy Festival ticket booth, you'll be able to get stuff there. Or, no doubt, if you bump into me on the street, I'll probably sell you some out the back of my pocket or something. Proper Glasgow dodgy style,
well,
mate.
That's the kind of service you can expect if you go and see Larry
lovely.
Dean at this year's Comedy Festival. Thanks so much for coming on, mate. It was an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and best of luck with the rest of the festival and anything beyond it.
Cheers, man. Thanks very much. Have a great week, guys.
No worries. You as well.
You too, mate.
Cheers, bye.
And we are going to talk about some of the shows, or one of the shows that we've managed to get to this comedy festival, because there is so much to go and see and do during this massive month of the arts, which is super exciting. Liam, have you managed to get down to any shows?
No, I have not. I'm still looking to get down to a couple of shows.
Yeah, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Can't remember. I'm pretty much anyone really at the moment.
Yeah?
I'm towards the end of the days, so any available one. It's just I've been swamped the last week. So.
Man, you just need to go down to outside the town hall. They'll be like handing out the flyers. Get a little bit of personal service.
It's tough living in Geelong.
It is tough living in Geelong.
Like just living in Geelong in general stuff. It's
yeah,
Geelong.
that is bloody tough.
Yeah.
And you know what, we're all here for you. And if you ever need to talk about your experiences living in Geelong,
it's terrible.
This is the place.
It's
for
bad
it.
now. It's especially with the whole Holy Trinity. It is terrible living in Geelong. People just won't shut up about it on the street. It's, hey, do you know we've got the Holy Trinity? It's like, I just want to get my food, mate.
And so for our non-football listening, non-football loving listeners, the Holy Trinity is
Ablett, Gary Ablett, Joel Sarwood, and Patrick Dangerfield.
And that is music to my ears.
It makes my ears bleed.
The other night, I actually got to go down, and I was lucky enough to snag tickets to Will Anderson's new show, Will Eagle. He's playing at the Comedy Theatre with a whole bunch of other great names. Judith Lucy and Denise Scott are there. Celia Piccola's there, who I'd love to go and see. But Will Anderson had a show that he was doing, and it's all about last year. And I don't know if you heard, Liam, but Will Anderson got arrested last year.
I forgot until you remembered to put it up.
So he was on a plane to Wagga Wagga last year, and he ended up getting arrested. Now, he hasn't told the story of what happened. He has very smartly and very openly kept that story tucked away and is now charging people for it. And it is money well spent.
Paying for his bond, not bond, his...
Yeah, is bail.
Yes, getting all his bail money back.
But it's genuinely a really great show.
I've heard nothing yet.
It's really cool, and I think there's something to be said for being able to create an hour's worth of comedy out of a single story, and it really was. It started when the story began and ended when the story finished, and there was there's tangents and there was little detours that he took, but it was just a fantastically written.
So kind of like season 9 of How I Met Your Mother, where it took place over 24 episodes over one weekend.
Yeah. There was a lot of flashbacks, a lot of flash forwards.
Probably a lot better than season 9 of How I Met Your Mother, but
Yeah, it was genuinely a fantastic show, and I would highly recommend anyone who likes Will Anderson or is looking to give him a go, because I feel like it is quite different from his other stand-up. This was a bit less political, a bit less social commentary, and more just about really great comedic storytelling.
So
which
how
is
does Will
really
come off in the
refreshing.
story? Does he come off like a dick, or does he come off as a sympathetic guy, or...
Well, I mean, you want to know? Better go to the show.
Ooh,
No,
advertising.
it's a very honest look at like the reasons why the events happened, and I think it comes across that he's fairly unbiased. Yeah, like he does well to cover a broad range of perspectives. So it is a really good show, and you should get down to see him. But don't just go see big headliners. Go
You
see
gotta see the little guys.
Go see the little people, people that might be struggling to sell at the shows. Go down, spend $10, $20, whatever it is, and just go and see some.
Pretty much anyone you've heard us listen to, just go see them.
Yeah, exactly.
Apart from one whose show's not running anymore, she only had, I think, a weekend.
Hey, a weekend's all you need to get the golden ticket, the comedy festival pass. Spinning that like someone at a wedding spins plates. No, do people at weddings spin plates? No, the Greek smash plates.
Yes.
I'm getting Greek people confused with plate spinners. Man, I do that all the time.
That song is a saucy sausage off that 50 list of words.
Saucy sausage. Not a spicy meatball.
No, it's spicy carrot. You got a spicy carrot and a saucy sausage.
A spicy carrot.
Yeah.
How would one come across a spicy carrot?
I'm guessing maybe if it was in a curry, it would be spicy, but that's the curry itself that's spicy.
Man, now you got me thinking about some spicy carrots.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some
That's
spicy
what I want
carrots.
for
Yeah.
dinner. You know what? The other day I was walking down the street. This is genuinely what I was doing the other day. I was walking down the street, and I was just wandering down Sydney Road. The sun's out. Things are going good. And then I see this little like handwritten sign, which just says like garage sale this way. And what happened? Like, I mean, nothing really big happened, but it made me realize that you can make me go anywhere if you just write a little sign and say like garage sale this way, because I followed that immediately. I didn't even think. I actually had a place to be. And I was like, no, I'm going to go down this side street. Went to the garage sale. It's crap. It was just all like girls' clothes that didn't fit me.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I was really trying to rock the crop top, but I got some advice.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah, the crop top, it's hard to pull off.
It's
I know.
hard, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
When you're trying to like balance that ratio of like belly button to skin and stuff.
I can pull off the crop top, just I don't have the right pants for it. It's really awkward for me.
It's
You're
hard, isn't it? Yeah, getting those
that
colour
looks
schemes
okay.
matching.
It's just the pants. I'm like, but I can't fix it. I need new pants, and it's just.
Yeah, it's
I don't want to talk about work.
It's a whole mess. Yeah, no, let's not talk about work. This is our R&R right now. We were relaxing here.
Yes.
We're getting. So yes, I mean this is just a call out.
I've never been to yard sales.
Any potential abductors, kidnappers, people who like to rob me, defraud me. I think if you want to pinch my credit cards, whatever, just write me a little handwritten sign. Ideally, I like a typed one. I would follow a typed one
into
any
into
day.
the new age. Yes, it's great to see.
I'm very.
Does it have the correct grammar? So does it have to have a full stop at the end, a comma?
No. I almost value a spelling mistake. I think a spelling mistake shows character.
Oh yeah, it shows a bit of charm. Makes it seem legit, like it's not fake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
mate,
also
I get
means
that,
that also means that maybe if they've spelt it wrong, maybe they're a bit of a sucker, and I can get a good deal out of them, and maybe, I don't know, take knock a few bucks.
So maybe
off
you
the
go to a
price.
van and you actually get candy.
Correct, exactly, and
that'll be a win.
Not
That's
where
a
the joke
win.
actually goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to give you an example, we're in a different studio because you read a sign that said go to another studio.
Yeah, exactly.
You just love your signs.
I do. I am a big fan of signs. Ones that I always adhere to. Speed signs, love them. Tell me how bloody fast I have to go on the road. Genius, right? Who thought of that? The ones that when you come out to a busy intersection and you probably shouldn't just drive straight through. Big red ones, they say stop. Who knew? It's just, I don't know. I think signs are just
I don't know
great.
if you've ever been to Europe. I know you have been. You said
I'm very
in
cultured,
Ireland. It was a 100 km/h sign, and then just like a couple of meters away was a stop sign. Like, I want you to speed up to 100 km/h and then stop.
I mean, look, I have a lot of respect for the Europeans and their brakes. we have pretty bad breaks here in Australia.
Oh, you haven't been to China. You know nothing about breaks. And you know how you love the signage and you respect the signage?
Oh, yeah, I respect
Yeah,
it.
they don't respect the signage. They
Okay.
don't know what stop means.
Oh, I'm not. Well,
They just drive straight through this.
you know,
Straight through the stop sign.
you have like those travel websites where it says, hey, so in this country, there's like this current danger rating, this current like terrorist rating, this current like weather rating, whether it's good or bad. I would advocate for there to be an extra category included of just like adherence to signs.
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah.
Yeah.
Like no littering and then people litter.
Whoa, Singapore. They
Well,
hate
yeah.
littering.
Oh, no, yeah, they
Don't
do hate
litter in
littering. Don't litter in
Singapore.
Singapore. Don't chew chewing gum in Singapore.
No, you get done for that.
Yeah, it's really
It's crazy.
severe.
Like, yeah, you go to Bali and yeah, you can do a lot of things.
Don't
at
bring your
Bali.
boogie balls to Bali.
Don't do that. Let's get into a song now. What song are we going to have now, Liam?
The sign has said Paradise Circus.
Right. And so if you look at the signs on the desk and you click the one that says AUX2, if we click that, the
Nothing will
sign,
happen.
if we put faith in the signs, we should play a song. Here it is. Oh. Here it have we had the sign? Yep, have the
I
signs.
pressed AUX2.
Oh no.
Maybe,
Oh, no.
maybe.
Oh, AUX1 then.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, Liam,
Let's
you got
try
me
again.
there.
Let's try
Oh,
again.
bloody goof, eh?
Oh, let's try an
dear.
AUX1. Saucy sausage.
It's-
if you will.
Man, you're really stuck on that saucy sausage.
It
kind
does
of
my
thing.
fiance's head in, so I love it.
Saucy sausage?
She hates it.
Man, are you trying to actively not let her, keep her away from listening to the
Yes.
show?
I'm trying to get Sing. I'm trying to break up with her, but I want to be a dick, so I'm trying to annoy her until she leaves me.
Wow, dude, that's a really rough way of going about breaking up.
Well, it's better than, I think it's nicer than just dumping her. I'm doing it a respectful way. I'm letting her dump me.
Oh, you are such a gentleman.
I'm so. Who says chivalry's dead? You know?
Yeah, that's wow. I think you are the definition, Liam, of a modern man.
That's what
you
I
are-
thought as well.
You know what my mum always said to me? She said, Tal, you're a bloody snag. A sensitive new age guy. Liam, are you yeah. Emma, put your hand on your heart because that is what a compliment to receive from your mother when she
Really?
says you're a sensitive new age guy.
My mum called me snag because she found me at Bunnings.
Mama called me a snag because whenever she throws fishing lines into me, they always get stuck. Like a snag in a river. Yes! I reckon, Liam? Do you think it's time that we should catch people up on what's been going on in
Yes.
the world?
Oh, I think people are at home shaking like, oh, where's the news? Where's the in-joke news? It's time for the in-joke news.
And you know what? You've been asking for it. You've been wanting it. Okay. So normally, we're in a different studio tonight. Normally we'd
This
be
is
paying.
the in-joke news.
As the US and China trade war escalates, Australia has made it clear that we will do whatever it takes to defend our main exports. Our main exports include B-list Hollywood celebrities, New Zealand celebrities that we claim as our own, and meme-worthy politicians.
A mass sacking has happened at Channel 7 over the week, with all commentators that called the Geelong versus Hawthorn Easter Monday game got the sack after they went 5 seconds without mentioning Gary Ablett, Joel Selwood or Patrick Dangerfield. They said, how will people know who is our favourite team if we do not mention them? Let's hope the Fox Footy team today keep their jobs.
Americans everywhere held a day of celebration today to relish the fact that they won the American Revolutionary War, which, as we all know, was a war started when the British tried to force the Americans to compete at the first Commonwealth Games.
Speaking of Commonwealth Games, what a shock to everyone involved. Turns out no one actually cares about the Commonwealth Games. A survey asking 500 Australians has come back that 450 only knew about the Commonwealth Games because the AFL and NRL were impacted by the Games. Most people were surprised. Most people said, wow, I'm surprised that the Olympics went to the Gold Coast. And they found it more confusing that it wasn't even a major city that hosted the event.
Yeah, we do love to throw a little bit of shade here at the Gold Coast. I mean, it is a beautiful place. If you ever want to go on a holiday,
If
you
you're 18,
you should
end
definitely
of the
leave.
year.
You should definitely leave your kids at the Gold Coast for childcare, and then you should go somewhere actually nice for a holiday. That'd be much better off. We were talking about something before. Yeah,
We're doing quite a bit. It's
we're-
radio, it's what we do.
look, I mean, I would love to reinvent the radio format. Just a lot less talking. Just a lot more meaningful pauses.
I agree.
Yeah, so doesn't that just give time for the information to sink in a little bit, just to saturate your body with a little bit more juice, I suppose, like just a little bit more marinade.
Yes.
That's right. Yes, lots of long pauses where you can let that all settle.
That's what I think radio should be. Can you imagine sport commentary? It's like Dangerfield. Mark the ball.
So you're doing an impersonation of AFL Live 2004 as voiced by Dennis Cometti.
Oh, I can imagine that was the worst. Takes a mark. Oh, he clears the 50. What a tackle. It's holding the ball. Great kick. Solid mark.
I mean, you know what?
It's the worst
Community
commentary.
radio is a niche format in itself. Community radio, when you're talking about AFL Live 2004, now that is a niche market. And we'll just let that sink in once again.
That's almost the time we have for today.
It is almost all the time that we have today.
Almost. Almost.
We almost had an interview with Lemon Comedy, but I think they were just maybe they had a little bit too
Our
much
interviews
zest.
is too sour.
They had a bit too much zest
That was
going
better-
on in their
that was better
lives.
than mine, I
and,
apologise.
That's okay. That's totally okay. I don't want to squeeze it out of you, but you know. That's all we've got time for on In Joke this week. Thanks for tuning in. I reckon we're going to be back next week. Yeah,
I
we're
hope
going to be
so,
back
yeah.
next week for
Unless we get cancelled.
one more week of this season until the
So-
next season when there will be new presenters.
Well, I was going to say new and improved, but let's be honest. They're just going to be new presenters. Can't go better than the original.
I mean, yeah, we've set a standard. What that
Yes.
standard is, debatable.
Like, we haven't been together for a month. That shows how committed we are.
It's been a long distance relationship.
It
and
has, yes.
I think we're doing well.
I feel it.
So that is all we have time for on In Joke tonight. Do check out our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. We chuck up any podcast there, any interviews. And again, Melbourne International Comedy Festival is on at the
Yes,
moment.
The final week.
The final week. Get down, get tickets, and also come see my sketch comedy show that I'm doing with some other people. I'll plug that at some point. Thank you very much.
This is In Joke on Sin 90.7. Also catch my stand-up routine when it comes on YouTube.
Yeah, do
Quick
that.
plug there. Yeah.
And also, just if anybody out there wants a little bit more update on what's going on in our lives, just come have a chat.
Just everyone have a good day. Be safe. Live your life to the fullest. Enjoy yourself. This is In Joke and Life Joke on Sin 90.7.